Hello there, I'm Josh, and today I will be giving you an update about the future of Hedwigs Army. If you are a new listener to the podcast, then welcome, and if you are a returning listener, then welcome back. Today I'm going to be discussing the future of Hedwigs Army. This will include what to expect content-wise, and when you can expect Hedwigs Army in the future. Now, as many of you know that have listened in the past, Hedwig's Army started as a chapter-by-chapter summary of the Harry Potter series, in which me and my co-host Trevor discussed the chapters as we've reread through the Harry Potter books. Now, before I tell you what to expect in the future, I kind of want to give you guys a little bit of backstory into why we started the podcast. It'll help you kind of understand why our goals moving forward may have changed. Now, when we started the podcast, basically, me and my best friend Trevor both loved Harry Potter, and we started working together a little over a year ago, and we started carpooling. So, during our rides to and from work, we found ourselves having very deep and intense discussions involving Harry Potter. We listened to Harry Potter podcasts in the car, YouTube videos, all those kinds of things, and just really loved discussing it. So one day I came to Trevor with the idea of starting a podcast so that we can discuss it, in a platform where other people can tune into our discussions and listen to them and give us their feedback as well and their opinions. And Trevor was all for it. Now, when we started this, our initial goal was to talk about Harry Potter in kind of a unorderly fashion, just basically talking about, different parts or topics of the Harry Potter series like we do in the car, just for all of you. Now, before doing this, I listened to many different Harry Potter podcasts, and I quickly fell into the meta of the chapter-by-chapter analysis, because that was the big thing, that is the big thing currently. And I really enjoyed listening to other people discuss the series as they reread through it and their thoughts and opinions on it. However, after doing it for 11 plus weeks, 11 plus episodes, I quickly found that I started enjoying the bonus episodes more, where we kind of just free-for-all talk about different topics. And, I still found us having these discussions in the car, and they just felt more satisfying than having the discussions on the podcast. And don't get me wrong, I definitely enjoy the discussions we have on the podcast and everything. It's nothing against that. But these free-for-all, if you will, topics and just being able to discuss what's on our mind was a little more fulfilling than discuss, chapter by chapter, because not always is there stuff to discuss in the chapter other than the summary. I mean, I found myself trying to come up with different topics and ideas, and all it really ended up doing was making me look for flaws in the series more than, my things that I actually cared about in the series and actually cared to discuss. Such as, when we're talking about Quidditch or Nicholas Flamel, all those different things, there are some things that come to mind to discuss, but a lot of the discussion came from me trying to find the flaws in the series, and that's not why we started this podcast. We didn't start this podcast to tear apart the Harry Potter series. We started this podcast to discuss our, deep and very, opinionated thoughts and how we are in feelings about the series and specific things about the series. So, brings us to today. Obviously, again, those of you who have been listening know that we've taken a pretty decently long break. And there's a couple different reasons for that. Some personal reasons. But the biggest reason is we just are not 100% happy with the way the podcast has been going. And a lot of that is just due to the content. I love the Harry Potter series. I love reading it. But I find myself reading it and listening to the audiobook over and over, through the chapter that we're going to be discussing. And I'm not really enjoying it the way I used to, because I'm more like, when I'm reading it, I'm looking for things, and if there's no things to discuss that, in detail, then I'm just looking for the inconsistencies that I can discuss further. So that's not why we got into this. So what can you expect from us in the future? Because Hedwigs Army is coming back. There is no doubt about that. We did not quit. We took a break to figure out our identity and where we want to go. And also, we've had some consistency problems getting our episodes out on time. Podcasting's a lot of work, and it's a lot more work than me and Trevor both anticipated it to be. And it's even more work when you're not 100% enjoying what you're doing, because we're not doing this for money. We're not doing this for fame or glory or anything like that. We're doing this for fun. That's it. Anything that may end up or not end up coming from this is strictly not expected at all. This is all just for fun. So if we're not having 100% fun doing it, then something should change. And that's how we both feel. And that is why we took our break to discover our new identity. So here's what you can expect from Hedwigs Army. First of all, we are going down to Disney May 24th through June 1st, I believe. That's following Saturday. So I think it's June 1st. So our goal for the first episode is to have it out on, I believe, the first week after we get back. So if my math is right, it should be, I think, June 3rd. That's Sunday. I will obviously update the Twitter and other social medias once everything is confirmed, but that's what we're shooting for our Reemergence Date to be, is June 3rd. So from Hedwigs Army, the content that we're going to be putting out, it's going to kind of be an organized free-for-all is the best way to describe it. We're not going to do chapter by chapter anymore, and I apologize for everyone that enjoyed that. That's just not us. There are plenty of other podcasts out there, and if you would love me to recommend you some, you can contact me personally. I'll put all that at the end, how you can contact us, and me myself. But I would be more than happy to recommend you some, but I quickly realized that that's just not what we are looking to do. We're looking for our own identity. So we're basically going to be doing topics. Our goal right now is we're going to pull 3 to 5 topics per episode. And it'll just kind of, we'll have the episodes roughly at an hour long. So depending on how many topics we can get through in that hour, we'll get through. But it's basically just going to be us discussing our thoughts, opinions, feelings on topics. And the biggest thing is we might have facts in there. We might look up facts as we go. But this is totally going to be opinionated and our thoughts and beliefs. So nothing that we say, unless we specifically say this is from Pottermore, this is fact, this is canon. Nothing we say, a lot of the stuff we discuss is not going to be fact and this is how you have to feel. This is just going to be our thoughts and opinions and beliefs about different things. And like I said, some facts might help sway our decisions, and we might include them in there, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's right. So I want to get that out of the way. This is in no way like a fact. These are fact episodes. These are just our thoughts and opinions in episodes about, different topics. And some of the topics, just to give you guys some insight, it's going to be some, similar to like Horcruxes, divination and how that works, prophecies and how they work, Voldemort in general and what kind of how evil is he really, just kind of all sorts of different things. We're gonna do all types of different topics, anywhere from characters to beasts to, just like I said, just random things throughout the Potter series. Wands and, the wand chooses the wizard. I mean, we have some ideas down, but there's not going to be, like I said, it's going to be organized chaos, basically. There's not going to be a strict foundation to what we do. We have some ideas for patron episodes, bonus episodes that we'll put on Patreon in the future. We're not worried about that right now. But other than that, I mean, we don't really have any strict, it has to be this format or anything like that. It's just going to be topics, and we're going to ask for more and more topics every week. But it's basically just going to be us discussing the Harry Potter series through different topics every week. And, you know, they can range from 1 topic a week to 5 topics a week, just depending on how much we have to say about it. And it's going to be a lot of friendly debating back and forth between me and Trevor, because me and him have a lot of different opinions about the Harry Potter series, and that's what we love to do, is just debate about it. And there are going to be times too when I might pick a side. I might not totally believe it, but I might just pick a side that's the opposite of his side so that we can have a friendly debate, as long as I have enough feelings and opinions and information towards it. So kind of testing him, like, hey, you feel this way, tell me why you feel this way. Well, that, but this, but that, you know, debating. I mean, going back and forth. So it sounds crazy. It sounds like it's going to be chaotic, but I promise you, we have a good guideline to follow. It's just really hard to explain without doing it. But it's going to be fun. So we're basically going to be talking and debating Harry Potter topics. And we're going to ask, of course, for topics from you guys that listen and what you would like to hear. And it's going to be, like I said, it could be a character, it could be a beast, it could be a place. It could just be a thing in the Harry Potter series. It can be a opinion in the Harry Potter series, like with, you know, the whole mud blood and pure blood thing. And just kind of like what makes you pure blood, because as you know, you guys may or may not know how a pure bloodline can be reestablished. I don't even know if you know that can happen. And also just like, you know, the whole mud blood controversy and, you know, why it's terrible, or is it really terrible? We'll discuss it. So if that sounds good to you guys, then make sure to follow us on all the different social medias that you can. We are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We have a YouTube. We have a Patreon, which is currently going to be down. But I'm going to take all the tiers off of it so that no one can, you know, subscribe to it yet. But it'll be there, and I'll have our information. And we have a website, which is going to be the #1 place to go for everything. But if you want to get a hold of us, you can do that on Twitter at Hedwigs_Army. You can do that through our email at hedwigsarmypodcast@yahoo.com. You can find us on YouTube. It's just Hedwigs Army on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook. We have a Facebook group called Hedwigs Army. And if you want to just go to a one-stop shop for all, go to www.hedwigsarmy.com, and you can find our Instagram, our Facebook, our Twitter, our YouTube, our iTunes, our Spotify, everything and more. We have a Discord as well. Everything is going to be updated, so what you see now is not going to stay. I just want to get this out to you all before I start working on that, so that you all can know what to expect and get hyped for it, because me and Trevor are so excited to get back into the podcasting world and to get back to making episodes for all of you wonderful people. So thank you all for your ongoing support for Hedwigs Army, and I hope to see/hear from you all, and I hope that you all listen, and I hope that we didn't disappoint you too much by changing the format of Hedwigs Army, but I really think if you give it a chance, you're going to love it, because it's going to be me and Trevor in our element and actually just like talking passionately about Harry Potter, because we both love it phenomenally. I do have one more thing I want to plug, however, before I let you all go. So, as I mentioned earlier in the episode, me and Trevor will be going to Universal Studios/Disney on May 24th. We will be leaving out. We are going to be doing a couple different vlogs that we'll be posting on YouTube when we get back. We're going to take a video before we go, after we get there, after we go to Universal, because we'll be in Universal for 2 days, then Disney for 2 days. All, you know, obviously just our thoughts and our feelings and emotions throughout the process. But I will also, I will also be live streaming it on my personal Twitch account. It is Salty Vulture. So if you go to Twitch and you type in Salty Vulture, just how it sounds, then you will be able to see a live stream. I will update the Hedwigs Army Twitter and Facebook when I am going to be going, times I will be going live and right before I go live. And, I'll make sure to give you guys plenty of time to be able to catch it. But I will be live streaming down there. I don't know when exactly it will be. It will be either Sunday, May 26th, I believe, or Monday, May 27th. I hope those dates are right. But yeah, it will be that Sunday or Monday after we leave. Because that's the 2 days we'll be in Universal. And it will be in Harry Potter Land. I'm not sure which part I want to live stream yet, but it will be an interesting part, I'll tell you that. So make sure to tune into that, because that's going to be super fun. And like I said, I will update all the necessary places well in advance and right before we go live, so that you will have the perfect amount of time to tune in. So that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you all for tuning in, and until I talk to you guys next time, as we always like to end our episodes, mischief managed.